right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:32. It is January 13th. It is Monday. What are we in the second week of January? Hopefully everyone is feeling great. My name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer, founder of Red Dog Mindset, here to go over some X's and O's with the 630 Club to try and get you guys situated. Thank goodness a lot of you guys have been following me, for years. Thank goodness I've done multiple weekends of lessons and webinars and traveled the country teaching hundreds and thousands of traders on how to be careful, how to be safe, how to adjust based on the fact of different types of markets. I don't know how many times, but 1,000 times I've talked about when the S&P is below the 8-21 day. As an active trader that trades for a living, you do not sit in 10, 20, 30 positions. You get tactical. You sell your positions. Sometimes if you're really good, you get short. You play things to the downside. You buy SPY puts. But either which way, hopefully, you live and you learn. And if you didn't adjust, if you didn't sell last week when Nvidia got rejected into the all-time highs and they brought down most mega cap techs, below the 8-21 day, hopefully, next time you will. And I think at this point, a lot of my community is coming in relatively tactical, maybe even net short. So down 40, 50 handles, they probably woke up and were happy. Some people are like, Red Dog, you're always perma bullish. I'm like, I'm not a perma bull. I'm a perma trader. I'm the guy that tries to figure out what type of market we are in. So this way we can adjust and make money. When the market's in a trend, we could ride it. When it's under pressure, we don't. That's why I always punch this thing up for you guys. Some of you guys I know aren't, 52 years old. Maybe you're not, maybe you're not been doing this for such a long time. But that's why I created my financial roadmap. All different ways to make money depending on, the type of account, or the type of market that we're in. So I have the active trading account where, like, today I'm going to look to maybe buy the SPYs, right? The SPYs, if you go right here, the SPYs are down 459. You can put it over here. The SPYs are below Friday's low. So that's a whole nother thing. Okay. Get below and stay below, which is 578.50. Maybe it goes to 575. You buy the SPYs versus 575, like 575.50, comes back up to Friday's low, 578.50. Maybe it holds there. You make a little bit of money, trades through it. You make some cash flow, but you're not sitting in it, holding your nose and going in the water. So that is how I'll take advantage of in my active trading account, right? Maybe I'll look at the Qs. Maybe I'll look at Palantir that's gotten crushed. It's already below the 8-21 day. Maybe there's a trade there. I'll look at Tesla. I'll look at Nvidia. So that's how I'll use my active trading account that's in full cash. And guess what? My swing trading account, are we above or below the S&P? 8-21 day. We're well below it, which we'll get to that chart. So my swing trading account has nothing in it. I was just telling Conrad, who started working with me a month ago, I'm like, you've never seen my account like this. Even in December, I was in 12, 14 positions, massaging them, using the actually active bullish sequence to my advantage, and also using a tier system, using chart patterns. That is in cash. The box account's almost in cash. My options account has some leftover options that I've lost a little bit of money on, but I have SPY puts on in order to make up for that. So that's cool. Listen, guys, my wife yesterday, I was home, she got I think she got one of her statements for her 403B because she's in a private practice. And she saw the 401k. She's like, we're off a few percentage points. So I'm like, Selena, you're 48, I'm 52. Who cares? We put money in every single month into a 401k. So it does not matter what the market does. Okay, keep putting it in. If you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, that's what you do. Listen, if you are 80 years old coming into this year or 77, first of all, congratulations. Not everyone makes it that long. And maybe you had to take down a little bit of your risk and go into a little bit more cash because you live off it. But anyway, and then they have the blood in the street account where everyone's like, Red Dog, are you putting the blood in the street account to work? Soon, maybe, right? I looked at the SPYs at 565 or at 5,600. We're 7% or so off the highs. And part of my formula with her is once we're over 5% off highs, I could look to see if the criteria is there. On Friday, we were minus 40 in the oscillator. Today, we might be minus 70. I can only put her positions to work at the end of the day. So we need to be down on the lows for her to get a print. If we open down today 50 handles or down 5 in the SPYs and go green, there's no great print for her. If we open down 5 and go down 10, 12, hey, maybe I'll put one of her tiers. I've never put more than 3. Then obviously life insurance is a whole nother thing I've had since I'm 35. It kind of sucks spending $1,500 a month, but I would have spent it somewhere else. And then long-term care, I don't even want to think about that yet. So that's my financial roadmap. So now let's just get to The SPYs. Okay, here are the SPYs. This is 578.50. This is what I was just talking to you about. Here's the gap fill. Okay, the SPYs have now done it. Done it. Okay, I have some SPY puts on. I will sell, and then we'll see, was that enough? Some people are like, hey, Red Dog, you've been talking about this, head and shoulders pattern. Thank you. You're always like proactive, looking ahead. So we were able to target areas where if you're long, you could sell into, and if you're looking for a short, maybe there's a signal. And if you look here at the SPYs, this was your lower high versus 602. It was good to know where that was. And then here was another lower high. And then remember, we were talking about would it get rejected into the moving averages, never got above it. So there was lots of ways to think ahead and like use a little judo. But anyway, so we'll see what happens there. Let me say hello to some of the dogs. Everyone's making some comments. What up? Good morning, Ali Hassan. Good morning, Richard. 635. You guys don't see. Okay, I was 633. What up, Cobblestone? What up, Space Specialist? What up, Tony Wallace? How low can you go? What do you mean? You mean where we could go anywhere? Is it really possible to outperform your 401k? It all depends. See, what happened is mobile, she cannot put flows in. If you could put flows in every month, you don't have to be so cute. My 401k every single month, her 403b every single month. In 2012, she left UMDNJ. She was not allowed to contribute anymore, so I turned that into an account that I use based on on crazy moves lower or blood in the street. Anyway, I put it to work 17 times and it worked. Anyway, we'll get through that. So if you guys want to see where everyone's talking, this is where everyone's talking. This is I think they're either on YouTube, they're on Twitter, whatever it is. Be Well says good morning from Austin. I want to say to all my dogs in California, I feel for you guys. I know, a year or two ago when there was like a little smoke coming in from Canada, everyone in New York, New Jersey, like, what's this? Oh my God. Could just imagine with flames everywhere, like, holy cow. But anyway, so that's the SPYs. If you look at the Qs, here is, you could say this is one level. This was what? 503.92. This was 503.50. This is gone now. Here's your 100-day. Your 100 days near 499. That's interesting. So if there's your SPYs, let's see where the Qs are. The Qs right now are 501 and a quarter. These are the two sectors I would look at today. 501 and a quarter is above the 100-day. So it's kind of no man's land. Sometimes you don't want to do things in no man's land because, all of a sudden you don't get a way out of it. But here, I'd say 499.51. Look how I could go to my magic charts and I could just type this in just so everyone knows where it is. Does it hold the 100-day? Maybe. If you look at the SPYs are already below the 100-day. So the Qs are still showing a little relative strength. So I'd still like to look at the Qs a little bit over there. But anyway, we'll see. What stocks will I watch? Okay, well, you know what? Nvidia. Okay, Nvidia was the first one that gave us clues. Remember how much fun we had the other day? Get out the way. Well, that was right here at the double top at 153. And then you had a red dog reversal sell. Remember all those sell rules that I try and teach you? All I'm trying to do is teach you guys so you could dig for bones, besides me throwing them into your doghouse or fish, whatever you want to call it. But bottom line is, this was on event day. We could have stayed and held and didn't. They sold it. So that's when I took off all my mega cap tech. That's when I sold my Amazon. That's when I got out of my Meta. That's when I was very careful with Tesla. Because the best company in the world, or one of them, can't hold up after releasing like 20 products. Boom. But anyway, came in and now here we are. So this low is 134.22. So 134.22 is the low of Nvidia from Friday. We're probably below that right now. Here's your 100-day. Your 100-day is 132. So let's go to 132 right here. This is now 1-2. This is the fourth down day. I don't know if this is going to be the bottom of January, but there could be a trade there. It doesn't have to be. So here's Nvidia. Nvidia is down 4, okay, showing relative weakness. It's actually below that. So what I'm going to do is I'm not just going to, buy Nvidia blindly, right? Why would I do that? What I would do is, though, if just say the SPYs are at 576 and it's a 932, the SPYs go down to 574, the Qs go break 500, and then Nvidia doesn't go down. What's that? That's a positive divergence. So maybe you buy versus the low, it comes off the lows, you make a few $1,000s. You know what? And you just do a level versus a level. What you don't want to do is you buy 131.40, 131, 130.50, and then all of a sudden you're in trouble, right? But anyway, we'll see. This is 126. This is a big level. So there's a lot of room under 132 if it wants it. So just be careful. I got hurt on in Apple on Friday because, you know, I screwed up. You know, I thought that, hey, maybe we're going to hold the 50-day. You know, I got out of Apple up here somewhere around 257. And all of a sudden, you know, it opened below this. And I was just trying to trade around it. And, you know, I didn't close on my lows, but I lost a bunch. So now for Apple, what is this? This is 233. It's always worth a look for Apple to see what it's doing. What's it doing this morning? Now let's get to Apple. Apple is, you know, 230. So Apple right now is above because it's the most oversold. It's above this area by, you know, $1. So it's worth a look. So my screen's gonna have the SPYs, the Qs, Apple, Nvidia, some other mega cap techs. You know, we'll see. I'm also going to look at Palantir because Palantir obviously was a huge winner from last year, a leader. I've been out of it, and you know, I got a lot of people out of it. Got a lot of people out of this on this false breakout around 80, 90. Then when it broke the 8 and 21 day right there at 74.61, right? Not so bad. Get the hell out of the way. Get out the way. Anyway, if you got out the way here, there were some little scalps. Nothing to sit in because the market wasn't ready. Everyone's like, well, why don't you buy Palantir? I'm like, because we can go to 575, 576 in the SPYs, and we can go to 565, another 10 points below. Why am I going to buy Palantir now? Let it show some relative strength while the market tries to find the bottom. And then when you think the market's closer to a bottom, then you position to some potential leaders. So this low is 65.04. Let's put this here, 65.04. You know, the 100 days well below it. So this is showing some relative strength, so it's still worthy of a look. This is 58.50. Palantir, what did I just say it is? It's 64.69, so it's below this. So just know there's a lot of nothing here, you know. So sometimes I'll put in some bids and say, hey, I want to get some sloppy sellers and buy it. Just know, you know, we're in a spot where that could hurt. What is Bobby 4.0 say? Yes, I always look for the easiest method for my trading. Okay. Mobile Trader says Wix faking traders out of trades with Ulysses, tough market price action. It's not that hard, to be honest, Mobile. You know, I haven't seen any predatory action yet this week. This week, I'm sorry, or this year even. You know what would have been predatory is if today we opened up 40 handles after traders got out of risk higher. Traders got out of risk when they sold down Nvidia on Tuesday, or they got out of risk, you know, on Friday. You know, so coming in today with things lower, I think traders are feeling happy that they followed their system and their process, and they're sitting in boatloads of cash waiting to test levels and then figure out where they could put some swing money to work, right? The first 5 days and even Christmas was weaker. So, you know, going back to here, you know, what could you have done? I actually made a lot of money to start the year right here. This was the day it looked, you could have been neutral to positive, okay, made money. And then this was, you know, actually, you could have been in the little things here. And then this was the day where maybe you reduced. And then I think this was the day that Nvidia sold down. So you had 3-4 days to have some longs on before really switching gears. But anyway, I'm not great at being short. I'm just happy that I'm out of the way and I have some SPY puts, and I'm going to be able to embrace this. And that at some point, maybe if we can get towards 564, 566-ish, and the 200-day comes up, this will be about 7% off the highs, and I'll put a little bit of my wife's blood in the street account to work. But I'll also have 2 or 3 more tiers just in case, you know, we have a real correction maybe or more, you know. But anyway, that's that. Is Tesla buy? Tesla's my biggest risk right now. Okay, just so you guys know, I am short puts. I am short the 360 puts, but I've also been short these puts since around here. So I've been trading around them, and I only have half left. So in this down move, I'm definitely going to be looking at Tesla. It showed a little relative strength. If you look here on Thursday, tried to hold this level. So now it's below 383. So let's put that in 383. Tesla will be on my, you know, in front and center, and see whether or not it could be buyable versus level. This is what? This is 373. You know, the 50-day is moving up. Okay, so maybe this wants to put some kind of double bottom in near here. This 360 was huge. That's why I sold 360. I think if they put me the stock at 360, which is 120 points off the highs, I'm cool with it. This also, I would think, if you sold on the red dog reversal, remember I taught you a red dog reversal or reduced positions, great. lower high, and then it lost to moving averages, you have the right to try some. Chase's friends were like, what do I do with my Tesla? I've owned it for, a year or two. I'm like, you know what? It's Tesla. It's your Brabant account. You're a sophomore in high school. Just keep it because you don't need to be so cute and trade so much. But if you trade actively for a living, it'd be nice coming in pretty tactical. And right now, Tesla, if you look, is actually down 11 right by 383. So it's not even at the lows from January while the market's down there. Meta was upgrade. Meta's worth a look. Meta, I'll tell you, there are guys like just to show you how things could hurt either which way. I know one of our best traders at T3, just thought the market was really weak and didn't realize what was going on with TikTok or whatever, and started shorting the bounce on Friday in Meta, and it just didn't stop. That was predatory, and then it finally came in. But anyway, what's Meta doing this morning? Meta's probably worth a look. Meta is it's only down 6. It's at 609. I'm careful with Meta because Meta sometimes trades by appointment. Meta sometimes likes to mess with everybody. I had my worst day last year in Meta. I lost like 100 grand plus on a day that I shouldn't even really been trading it. But anyway, so I do trade options here. This low is what? This was 597. It's still showing some relative strength. So this is something that should be on the radar because once the market does find its footing and once the market then starts a new active sequence to the upside, it does seem like Meta should be one of the first names to make a new all-time high. So I would definitely keep Meta out there on that radar. How low can Nvidia go? That's my opinion right now. I'm not going to tell you how low it can go. All I know is that this is the 100-day. You should have been out of it already if you were an active seller, right? If you were an active trader that trades for a living, okay, you should have got out right here. If you know your sell rules, right? Sell rule number 1. Did it hold or fail at 153? Did it get above and stay above? No. 2, failed twice. Get the frick out. Did it trade below a prior day's low? Yes. 3 sell rules. Get out. Now look at it down here. Just saying, my friends. Anyway, here is 134.22. It's below that right now. You'll see, does it hold the 100-day or does it want to see a pretty major spot below? And this could give us some clues on today. The oscillator was minus 40, on Friday. Now we're going to be minus 70. So this isn't an open to press shorts, but doesn't mean you could blindly buy. And that's basically the mantra. It's 650. I know a lot of you guys are looking for the 28.520, which is where I'm going to be doing my thoughts from the sauna. We're going to be doing a workout together, getting the mind right. So this way, a day like today means nothing because we know how to make the right decision at the right time. If any of you guys know someone at Twitter or X, email me, scott@t3live.com. I'm waiting for the button. I'm waiting to move forward. And for those of you that have, started your nice road to fitness for 2025, I had a bit of a disappointing weigh-in. Usually I could lose 6-8 pounds the first week of my diet, and I lost 3. So maybe I'm getting old. Anyway, with that said, a lot of weeks in front of us. Today's a fast day. It's Monday. I'm allowed to water and iced coffee. That's it until 1 o'clock tomorrow. And hopefully today turns into a great trading day. Hopefully you've followed your rules. You've been listening to what we've been trying to teach you for years and years and years. And if you have been part of the community and you've been ignoring it, don't ignore it. How do you stay in the business 30 plus years? You have a system of process, and how do you execute? You have your mind right and you get ready to go. So we'll see what happens today. We'll see what the week brings. PPI tomorrow, CPI Wednesday. So there's gonna be a lot of volatility. Make sure you know what you can handle. It's second week of January. Don't put yourself in a hole. I appreciate you, my dogs. Now it's time to hang out with the Alpha team. Now it's time to put 40 charts in there so they can look at it. I'll put together my note for the Redler report, and we'll see if there are any power plays that we'll put together. Power plays are tough in a market like this because it's more just trading. I'm glad that we had some leftovers and we got out of it last week. I didn't hide under my desk and like, Red Dog, you put Amazon as a power play or this as a power play. I'm like, that's when the market looked neutral to positive. That's why we took it off, because it changed. When things change, you change. You don't have to be right. You just have to make the right decision at the right time to save yourself some money and keep yourself safe. All right, guys, I'll see you in a bit.